Who did the script for you?
This script I wrote myself.
Oh, you wrote yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're one of these all-inclusive director, producer, writer.
Okay, so basically, I had this idea about those guys who erase all those tapes and have to recreate the movie in their own way. It's always funny somebody who put themselves in an impossible situation and get away by doing the most outrageous things. Not only they get away, but they become successful.
What gave you the idea for this? Rewind, don't rewind.
The mechanics, Irv, who worked on my previous movies, he works here in this garage over there, and I went to visit him.
Oh, yeah?
And it's next to a power plant. And the guy who owned the place always complained about headaches and losing his hair because of the power plant. So I started the idea of living there. And then I started to explore the neighborhood, and it's great.
Yeah.
We kind of infused into the neighborhood. When we started to shoot, we created a dance club with people we cast in the street who never danced in their life. And the film we're going to project tonight, we see their choreography. And it's very charming because they are not like professional at all, but they have a very good sense of the music.
Excellent.
And so we got to know like everybody, like people in the barber shop, people in the store, they're part of the film.
Cool.
So trying to match what's going on in the film with reality.
Yeah, sorry to bother you. Excuse me, I'm Mike.
Hey, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Michel brought in a lot of his longtime collaborators to help him make the film. People like producers Julie Fong and George Berman, assistant director Michael Hausman, Jesse Nye, and David Fisher, director of photography Ellen Curris, production designer Dan Lee. They basically took over a warehouse building in Passaic and began to explore the community. In addition to his script, Michel also kept drawings and sketches and notebooks full of ideas for how to make the film.
Everyone on the crew got an email last night saying Michel doesn't want you guys watching any films, Back to the Future, RoboCop, things like that. Can you talk?
Yeah, because I know how people work. They always want to make it too good. And they got to run and watch it, and then they're going to say, oh yeah, I can do that exactly like that. And I think when I wrote those stories, for each film I kind of wrote a story how they would shoot it. And except for Rush Hour 2 that I never seen, I cheated, but all the other one it's first from my memory. So I get confused. And it's very interesting because you have to combine the minimum of the memory you have and enough to be able to tell the story.
Yeah.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind was almost entirely shot handheld. Michel chose to take a different approach for Be Kind Rewind, feeling that the story could be best told if the camera was very steady and classically composed.
Yeah, I got a little tired of the handheld. I did 2 movies in a row where it was like that. And I just wanted to have a style where the camera is a little more established, it's not moving too much. We shot in a letterbox, so we had more depth. Actually, you don't have depth of field with letterbox, you have less of that, but you have to compose your frame. And white and black people, which it's not the easiest to lit, but I mean thanks to my DP who is very used to this kind of situation, and Kuras who works a lot of different communities, she's very good at that. And you don't even feel the problem because she solved it before it's been created. But you know, I know that's in her mind because it's not easy. If you put Jack Black in foreground next to the light and Mos Def in background, you won't see a single expression from Mos Def. But she like harmoniously changed the light, organized like a ballet, and you don't even notice, but you notice that Jack Black is more in the shadow and Mos is more in the light, and then they even out. So it takes somebody really skilled to make that work.
We didn't have any big toys on Eternal, so this is a great opportunity for us to have cranes and be able to light it to stop because we're shooting anamorphic, so it really has a great widescreen feel to it. And Michel is really into this kind of, creating these shots with the cranes as well. So the Stratocrane is really amazing because you just go from all the way down to the ground, all the way up to 80 feet. It's a phenomenal change of perspective. No handheld at all on this movie. Very different way of shooting. Yeah, we wanted to move it in a different style, but also it's a comment on what the rest of the movie is because it's a movie within a movie within a movie. So they're making the Fats Waller movie at the same time as they're making these other movies, and so there's all of these different through lines, these different subtexts that go through the film that really make it very special. And so the main principle of photography, it made sense to have it be widescreen, magnificent. There he is. The movie within the movie. The VHS, Michel had the idea to use VHS. It's a great idea because the cameras that we're using have such amazing resolution, but their own look. We looked at the VHS next to Mini DV, and the Mini DV just didn't have the same quality to it. And there's this kind of softness and really organic feel to the VHS. So we shot all of the Fats Waller movie on a VHS, a real VHS camera.
It's funny to me that when Michel first told me about the idea of this video store, this video rental store in this town, I was like, oh, so it's like 70s or 80s period piece? And it's like, no, it's today. I was like, are there any video rental stores left in America? And I guess there are in the nooks and crannies.
You know, there's something about the way that Michel shoots. It's so organic and so beautiful, you know.
There's an idea in someone's head, and then there's the idea on paper. Even the script is just like a sketch and a guideline. And then you get on set, and then it's like, it starts to take a life of its own. And I really like that about Michel, is that it seems that his process is to be prepared and know what you want, but he doesn't over-prepare. He kind of always leaves the door open.
You have basically one, in the beginning you just pull them because you need to position them, but then when they need to move, you need to carry them like that. I mean, to me, one of the best experiences was to incorporate the people from PCAC. We had this great dance club that we did like twice a week for like 2 or 3 weeks. And we learned those numbers that you see when they do the Fats Waller videos.
Let's all get back to our #1 positions, please. #1 positions.
Here we go. Follow us. Over to the trumpet. To the trumpet.
And it was like an experimentation for me to have a sort of self-directed unit. I mean, I had like, let's say, 50 to 60 people in the same room that's never been on camera. Everybody wants to be next to the camera. You go as close as the camera, like that, to show your hand. Then you return like that.
You want to go backward, right?
Yeah, you go back. So nobody's professional. It's just people from PCAC. And then you have the enthusiasm and amateurism that is impossible to emulate.
What's up, yo? Yo, what's up? We need an air conditioner.
You guys know how to play the trumpet for real?
Yeah, we play the trumpet.
Play the trumpet. Y'all ready? Okay, this side. Bye. Sayonara.
And I remember in 1 hour, the first day we started to rehearse this kind of dance club. After 1 hour, I had like those 6 groups working their choreography without any interference or any trouble. It was such a great positive experience. Like when you give people a chance, especially when it's not their usual field, they give more. They don't come with a solid craft. They come with who they are, and I think it's very it's much more touching.
We carried the piano up the stairs. It was a long way. It's very hard, but we're going to do it again so that we can get the close-ups. Because unfortunately, we couldn't get another one of those video cameras to have one doing the long shot and one doing the close-up in the same take, so we'd only have to climb the stairs once, because that camera is worth like $50. If we had to buy another one, it would have broken the bank.
Have you appeared in any other shot on VHS productions in the past?
Shot on VHS. Not for a long time. My memory banks don't go that far back.
Do you have advice for filmmaking, like remaking famous films?
Yeah. It's important to capture the essence. Not so much the dialogue, not exact scene shot for shot, but you want to capture the original intent.
Very
Of course,
good.
thank you.
Jack, can you carry the piano with both hands? What's your opinion about looking in the camera?
You should try not to look in the camera unless you're doing Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And then you can look in and go, see, the problem with my mom, she doesn't understand me. And then you can look in there all the time.
And don't screw the shot, Ellie. Go to Arv. Do you think when you look into the lens, you're making eye contact with the audience?
I love to look in the lens personally, because yeah, I feel like I make more of an impact that way.
And what if I reckon people who look in the camera is because they want to make sure the camera is looking at them? What do you think of that?
I don't know what arrogant people are, but I bet you there is something funny going on with them.
We're making fun of Mike.
I don't know. Was it American?
No, I say I reckon.
American?
I reckon it's in English. No.
Oh,
I
arrogance.
No.
I reckon, I figure, I guess.
Iraqian. I don't want to get political. Today we're filming in this person's house, and we're all just chilling here on the front lawn, and there's a bunch of people are gathering around the fence looking in at the actors, and it's very much like a zoo. They're observing the actors in their natural habitat and wondering what kind of interesting animal creatures are those actors.
It was a machine that wrote this, and I can't believe how they got me totally down. And they got all the qualities of my ideal mate.
But wait, your daughter turned you on to eHarmony?
Yeah, puts me on to eHarmony.
And you wanted to find...
I wanted to stay totally honest when I answered. You have 7 degrees of answering a question.
And eHarmony is a thing where you find the perfect lover.
Where I find my true love.
Yes.
So I thought, well, there's one way to go about it in an analytical way. Well, she said it actually. So we went on, and she kept me honest on every answer. Not that I would have lied, but I might have.
Right.
Made myself seem a little better than I am. So I got a robot, I guess, within 20 minutes, writes a complete analysis not only of yourself and levels of agreeableness and so forth, which is kind of deflating, but also of the non-existent guy, a guy who can't possibly exist within a 30-mile radius of my house.
Imagine the guy that goes on eHarmony and ends up with Mia Farrow.
Oh wow, we're going to do a disguised picture. I may borrow the wig.
But ultimately, it might be true.
Yeah, he would be, because then he wouldn't be, it wouldn't be sent for the wrong reasons. I did fib about one thing, which was only that I said I had a doctorate.
Nice.
Because I, in a way, if I just said high school, I'm afraid I wouldn't attract the caliber of intellect. But I feel I have self-educated.
Just in life.
Yeah. So I had to tell the machine, I'm aiming for intellectual capacity as well.
Also, don't tell the machine that you once were married to Frank Sinatra. That might be.
They didn't ask. They asked if you were married before, and I said yes, that I had 2 husbands, both of them.
Good Lord. Seems like they really want their $50.
My name's Chandler Parker. I'm playing Craig in the film. Well, basically, I'm going to have them remake Boys in the Hood, but I'm going to have them do the scene with the football, and so I know exactly where they're at the exact time, and then I'm going to roll up and take over the scene.
You should fire the gun, and you're going to have the firecracker, lead them on, and throw them on the
Throw the firecrackers on?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we go into the ball world?
He's in wheelchair, but they shoot at the ball, and the ball will be at the wheelchair.
Is the guy who got in the wheelchair.
Yeah. Oh. But they think that's your ball, your...
My friend.
Yeah.
He's my friend.
Yeah. So you
Ricky!
And then you guys argue. I was supposed to shoot him. I was supposed to shoot at the ball, and you have an argument together because you were supposed to have this part, this role, and he stole your role. So you argue about that.
He stole my role in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I stole.
Hey, back off. That's my lines.
Yo, Lodge, man, I'm paying for this right here, man. This is my role now.
Don't point that at me.
What, man?
Don't point that
at me. Anybody else, man? It's not a real hold. Yo, dog, you better get your boy, man, for real, man. You don't know me like that, man.
you.
Nobody knew.
They look too real. You should read them off and put them back on in kind of a wrong way.
Well, the problem with these is that they have lace on them.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is it's going to flip up like that. You okay?
Of course I'm okay, because right now he's another character, so he's not in our movie anymore.
If I just leave something like that?
No, can I
You want the whole thing,
and put it back on? And same thing for David.
So the whole time, should I be dealing with the ball like it's my friend?
Yeah.
So I know that.
You got the
Should I
wig
talk to him?
nearby?
No.
No,
No.
but it's a little reference to Castaway.
Right.
Do you want me to go 2 now at one time?
Yeah, in the beginning, let's fire 2 at one time.
2 at one time, and then just wait for your cues for more if you want more?
Yeah.
Okay, cool deal.
Let's do one more rehearsal from the top.
One more full rehearsal, please. There'll be 2 cues. David and his guys, Chandler and his guys, okay?
So wait, the ball's down there?
No, you fight for the ball here, and then...
They come up though, and then he
Then maybe
starts
you,
to shoot.
you take the ball from them and you put it on the floor,
and then the ball talks.
Yeah.
How does that?
Yeah, it's good. I think we should shoot it.
Okay.
Okay, let's clear it, non-combatants.
Who gets this pizza? I just want to explain what we are doing. So the pizza is representing a pool of blood. Okay, a pool of blood, it's a shape that's basically round. It's not a triangle shape.
So the pizza should not have been sliced.
Yes, please.
They're always going to be sliced if you order a pizza. If you order it, they don't send it to you without slicing it. In this country.
For this, I went to 4 years of college.
Very sensitive. Can you tell me what the pizza's representing in this scene?
Oh, Michel Gondry could, I'm sure, give you, even in his French accent, would probably give you a better explanation than I. I don't know what it represents, other than hopefully a good laugh.
It's supposed to be like a pool of blood, I think, coming out of the...
I guess so.
Yes.
Clearing.
Why? Why did they have to shoot you? Why? This neighborhood is going down for senseless violence. Killed our homie for nothing. I don't think he's dead.
He's dead.
But he's definitely gonna need a wheelchair.
I'm Hank Ulau, and I'm a SAG actor playing a friend of Jack's.
Dick Henley, I'm the same thing, SAG actor, and I'm playing one of the gang, friend of Jack's.
Hi, I'm Walter Helbig, and I'm supposed to be one of the nerds in the gang.
Okay, everybody in position.
Position, stand by, please.
Okay, Michael, I'm shooting.
This is like last week. Quiet, please.
We're rolling.
Rolling, quiet, please. And roll it.
And go. Go.
And what do you do during the course of the film?
Yeah, we basically got killed.
We just got whacked off this morning.
With the camera, we can really slow the car down and put the thing out. And those 2 things pop out. The balloon, the football will pop out a little higher like that. And this pops out a little more out. And toward them. We're gonna shoot toward those guys.
Action!
And then what do you think about Michel's approach as a director?
Oh, I think he's very creative.
Yeah, very relaxed, very easy to work with.
Easy fellow, yes. You don't expect it that he's so friendly and easygoing. Absolutely.
I don't know. Did you notice I have to call 2 times go, 3 times before the poker tournament?
Yeah, like it really clicked together.
Oui, reviens sur eux. Wait, stop eating, guys. Don't eat when we are not shooting, please. David, listen to me one second. Don't eat or drink between the takes because I'm going to ask you to eat 15 times. If you finish your hamburger,
It's something that's really different than most of the types of work you get. It's not like this.
Yeah, it seems more fantasy, like a dream sequence, rather than fast motion, reality paced.
And everybody start to live in super slow motion. And at the end of the take, I will say freeze, and you're gonna keep your position. Ready? And action. Okay, freeze. Okay, the car should be here now.
Okay, Jack, pull the car up here.
You were dying. You were dying too.
I get away.
Bang, bang, bang. Okay.
And then what were your impressions of Passaic?
It used to be more vibrant of a town, I think, than now. It's right down the street there. The railroad used to go right through the heart of town, but that's been gone for many years now. So.
I like this area because I come from the Big Apple, Manhattan, and you leave the hustle and bustle of the city and you come to this nice, quiet country setting. It's so peaceful, you know.
Okay, so action. Okay, yeah, action. Keep walking, keep running inside, guys.
All right, you're dead. I don't want to get your shirt wet, so don't lean down too far.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so everybody run inside now. It's not so much slow motion. So ready for the firecracker? So we're gonna throw them near their feet. So then let's save those parts. They're perfect for the leg of Robocop.
Freeze, punk.
Good.
This calls for RoboCop.
This calls for RoboCop to get shot.
Can I get a little behind the scenes time? I don't know if you noticed that, but Michel has asked us when we're doing the movie within the movie, just act the same as if we were just in the movie.
I will shoot if you do not comply.
Not within the movie. And I trust that he knows what he's talking about.
What did you say? You have to say that from the beginning. God dang it, you guys, let's just do this!
I just want to say earlier I noticed that you were filming me watching myself on playback, and that's not allowed. There's one thing I don't want. It's a shot of me enjoying my own performance. You might as well get a shot of me in my trailer masturbating.
To playback of yourself.
To playback of myself. Exactly. Yeah. I don't want any footage of me watching myself. Get out of here now.
Sorry, man.
Get out of here now.
I'm gonna
get out of here now. Okay. Footage of me scolding the guy for filming me watching myself, also forbidden. Get the hell out of here. Wait a second, come back. I was kidding about both of those things. Of course you can use all of it in the film. All right, now get out of here for real.
The montage where we do King Kong 2001 and Men in Black, Superman, and the Muhammad Ali documentary, it's the most absurd idea is that it's actually a montage that shows you over time how many movies we've made, but we did it all in one shot and running around changing costumes in between. But that was the most incredible attempt. He was working a lot with depth of field perception things, which I love, where it's like to be a giant, you just have a guy standing really close to frame and then another guy standing really far away from frame but looking up as if that guy, hard to explain, but I loved that kind of stuff.
What do you think? They say 7. I'm saying 14. I'm saying twice as many. See, thanks.
I say 10.
What makes you have so much more confidence than Jack?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive.
I don't know, dude. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot.
Foreman was murdering that punching bag, and we thought he'd devastate Ali.
Look at this, it's incredible. The pilots are black, I'm black, the whole plane's black, and we're not crushing. Ah!
Okay, you ready?
Okay, Mos, change your costume.
Right here.
Not bad, huh? Okay, first position.
Is it okay to sing the Man in Black thing, or does that get in trouble with money? Oh, come on.
Wait, what's funny? We can.
Well, the man will are pretty tight. I could give him.
Nah.
No, he'll do it. You think so? Hell yeah.
He already signed.
He did?
Say okay for the using the film.
Oh, good.
Right up against it, yeah?
Pretty good, everybody. Keep it up.
When you shoot in a city like that and you want the city to be involved, not only as a background but really as a participant, like we wanted to have the background actor being people from PCAC, you can't just step in and don't care about people. You have to incorporate them. And I have to say, Michael Haussmann is a genius for that, because he's going to take everybody and make them participate, even if they are in the frame or not.
The important thing is that you stay in your group, and when he asks you to get back to where we placed you, you go back to that position. It's going to be a long evening, but the great thing is, at the end of the movie, we're going to bring this picture back to Passaic, and you'll see it. And it'll go into theaters, and you'll be proud of being in it. You'll be proud of your work, and you'll be proud, particularly of Passaic.
So there was a scene, right? Where it was like one of the last scenes where like my character puts like this sheet on the video store, and like everybody's watching the movie. And there was like 400 extras that day, and we were like, oh my god, people are gonna go crazy. Like, you know, 400 people waiting in the cold for like 6 hours. Like, it's gonna get a little nuts. But everybody was so cooperative and so like happy to be there.
Here it comes. You guys, I'm Jack Black. Can you do me a huge favor and just laugh like I just said something really funny?
This one is like the final moment of the film when they're all watching the film. They're really watching the film we all did together, because we did this Fat Swaller story, which probably lasts for 20 minutes, and I really didn't want them to see it before we shot them watching it. And I think we have this kind of magical moment where they're all watching what they achieved, and you feel they are not acting, nobody's acting, because you have the actor and all the people who participated to the shoot that had a small part, watching what we have all done, and we had this seeing a little light in their eye, and that was really precious.
The underlying message of this film, of bringing a community together, he actually achieved that in the town of Passaic, in actual fact. And when I came out of that video store door with Danny Glover, and the shot is there of the people of Passaic arriving outside the video store, and they actually were arriving, and they actually were cheering. And he actually did bring the town of Passaic together in a way that I think is unique for Passaic or perhaps anywhere else. And the high school band playing, and the piano outside, and all of it. I mean, you just want to cry. It's so beautiful. It's, you know, way better than Frank Capra, because it's not at all sentimental but he's able to do something that has a heart and a soul and ethics, but without ever going on sentimentality.